It was a quiet evening on my porch. Coffee in hand, breeze rolling off the trees, the kind of peace I thought I'd earned after decades of 80-hour weeks in the department. For the first time in years, I had my own home. Dream house, front porch swing, tall pines swaying out back. No brass, no noise, no chaos. Just me. Then the SUVs came. 3 black Suburbans, tires crunching gravel in perfect sync, pulling into my driveway like they were staging a raid. Doors slammed, 6 men in tactical vests poured out, and there, behind them, Nancy Dillard, clipboard in hand, smirk plastered across her face like she was directing her own little militia. "You're in violation of neighborhood regulations," the tallest one barked. "We have a warrant for your removal." I didn't move. Didn't blink, just sipped my coffee, because I already knew how this game ended. What Nancy didn't know, what none of them knew, was that I wasn't just some homeowner ignoring her fake rules. I was Chief Ryland, and I had let this charade go on long enough. But let's back it up. I bought this house after 30 years in law enforcement. I'd done my time. I didn't want committees, bylaws, or some self-important neighbor measuring the height of my grass. I triple-checked before signing. No HOA. That was non-negotiable. First day, hadn't even unpacked, and there she was, Nancy. Arms crossed, pantsuit too stiff for a summer afternoon, clipboard clutched like a weapon. Didn't say hello, didn't say welcome, just stared like I'd already broken her invisible laws. The next morning, a red notice was taped to my door. Violation? Mailbox not compliant. Landscaping, unauthorized, failure to register with HOA. There was just one problem. No HOA existed here. I tossed it, figured that was the end. I was wrong. The harassment snowballed. More fake violations, a fine for $500, my truck keyed, my mailbox smashed twice. Then one night at 2 a.m., my cameras caught her, Nancy herself, snooping around with a flashlight, taking photos like she was building a case for trial. I dealt with every kind of criminal, from gangbangers to fraudsters. I knew what I was looking at. This wasn't neighborhood squabbling. This was organized harassment. So I dug. County clerk's office, property records, incorporation filings, nothing. Nancy's HOA didn't exist, not legally. No tax ID, no state registration, no recognition by the city. Just her inventing rules, printing notices, and shaking people down. And people were paying her. Some even moved away to escape her campaign of fines and threats. And those compliance officers she sent around? Not cops, not contractors, just local goons in knockoff tactical vests and Amazon badges. That's when I realized she wasn't just a nuisance. She was running a con. I confronted her, knocked on her door, shoved the paperwork in her face. "This ends now." She just smirked. "You can try, but you're outnumbered." The 4 men behind her grinned like they'd already won. They didn't notice my badge poking out from under my shirt. I played it cool, set my cameras to overdrive, notified my lieutenant, and waited. Sure enough, they came back. First, late-night visits. Men standing in my driveway at 2 a.m., whispering about compliance checks. I stepped outside, sidearm holstered but visible. "You boys lost?" They scattered. Then came the show. The SUVs, the fake raid, Nancy marching in like a queen with her army of frauds. The tallest one shoved a folder in my face. "You're in violation. We have a warrant for your removal." I opened it. Printed HOA logos, made-up codes, Nancy's signature at the bottom. Not even good forgery. "You've had every chance," Nancy said, voice dripping with smugness. "You chose this path." That's when I pulled out my badge. Name's Chief Ryland, local PD. Silence. Dead silence. One guy stumbled backward, nearly tripping over his own boots. Another swore under his breath. Nancy's face drained like someone cut the power. "Is this a joke?" she stammered. "No joke. But impersonating an officer, that's a felony. And guess what? So is attempted home invasion. So is fraud. That's when the sirens hit. Real ones. My squad cars lit up the cul-de-sac, boxed them in before they could run. My men poured out, guns leveled, voices booming commands. The wannabe officers dropped their gear like hot coals. One idiot tried to sprint. My lieutenant tackled him so hard he bounced off the pavement. Nancy just stood there, white-knuckling her clipboard. We cuffed every last one, found forged documents, bank ledgers, phony fines she'd collected, and tucked in one folder a city official's signature. That's how she'd gotten homeowner info, how her forms looked so legit. She wasn't just a crazy neighbor, she was part of a fraud ring. By the time we were done, we'd raided 4 properties, seized $2.7 million in assets, and apprehended board members, fake officers, and yes, the city insider who greased the wheels. Nancy? She flipped fast, tried to claim she was just keeping order, but nobody bought it, not after she tried to arrest the chief of police on his own porch. Within a month, the whole operation crumbled. Neighbors who had been bullied for years were finally free. And me? I went back to my porch, coffee in hand, house intact, peace restored. Until one morning, another letter arrived. Fancy envelope, gold seal, a new HOA. This time, the Royal Association of Springview County. I laughed, tossed it on the pile, and thought, that's a story for another day.